I've especially had friends like this. The moment they get into a relationship, they're a completely different person.
But the weird thing about this was Rook turned Saf down.
Yeah, because he was actually being conscientious.
Right.
It just didn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm. It may have been one of those awkward things where Saf and Rook individually didn't feel inclined to talk to Petronella. I don't know. It's one of those things where they felt obligated to work only as a group.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you sure that the circles aren't clues?
They are clues. It's one block. I know how this works. I understand this.
Mew.
Night Gazer. Gross.
Those are probably supposed to be nerve bundles.
Yeah, probably. They're spooky, though. Just doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Whee! Let's see. What were we talking about? I had like a thought in my head.
About relationships.
Oh, right, relationships. You mostly kept with your friends.
There were some times, though, when some of them started new relationships where it got really awkward.
I mean, definitely...
Especially when the guys weren't really part of the friend group or didn't really share the same interests.
Yeah.
And then sometimes your friends, their personality changes when they're around their significant other.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, wait, you didn't used to be this sarcastic or this...
you definitely loosened up over the course of our relationship.
Oh yeah, because I aspired to be a Vulcan when I was young. And, you know, refraining from showing emotion. What were other things? Just being wary of any kind of physical contact, even just like a welcoming hug or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, always feeling the pressure to say only that.
Did I just do this one? Ha.
Wait, what?
The one on the left.
The one on the
blocks
left
show you where
is-
you're supposed to, where your block is and where you're supposed to put them. And I just put them in the right spot.
But the ones over there need to be moved a little bit.
Correct.
They just need to be at a slight diagonal to one another.
Got there?
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
There you go.
Excellent work. But I was talking to my brother earlier about how, like, he had better friends than I did in high school and how he still talks to and interacts with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like...
And yeah, many of my friends I've known since either elementary or middle school, so...
Mm-hmm. But that of all of my high school friends, I've not talked to a single one since I went to college.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, same thing with college friends to some degree. And I think part of it is my personality.
Rarely catch up with, I suppose, but there are a lot of people that are also they've moved across the country, they have different work.
Yeah, but that of my high school friends, so many of them got into relationships and became boring. Like, I went back to my hometown for 4th of July, I think it was, and we were hanging out and we went off to see the fireworks. And it was straight up like I was trying to have a conversation, being like, yeah, you know, how was college, so on and so forth. And, like, of the friends I was hanging out with, one was still in high school, so there wasn't as much, like, in that regard to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other friend that was my age, she had a new boyfriend and spent the entire night chasing him. And it was just like, hey, how's college? Oh, no. Hey, Chad. And it's like, oh, come on. Now here we are. I thank you kindly for your help.
Oh, no. That doesn't look good. Thank you for your help. Was it just that the owl was a disembodied spirit, or is this a nasty... Is this an evil book? Or is this where the librarian is?
Yeah.
Was the librarian trapped
Or
in
he
there?
was the librarian. He just wasn't near his book, or... I don't know.
Mm-hmm. He just vanished.
The liar said he'd help us.
Hmm. Oh, well, now he's a larger owl.
Ah, that's better.
You are Bloodwind, aren't you?
Apparently humans can be clever sometimes. It's rather enchanting.
Wait a minute. Everyone thought he was Bloodwind from the start.
And he just said no. Let me formally introduce myself. I am Bloodwind, the bookkeeper of Ikenfell.
But why deceive us?
My other form navigates the library more easily. But that was not my true form. As such, it would have been dishonest to give you my true name.
But...
The logic of a god.
He's just a larger version of himself. He's the same owl sprite.
True.
There wasn't too much for deception going on. All he lied about was the fact that he was an aide to the librarian as opposed to being the librarian. Why are you pinching my thumb?
You proffered your thumb.
I was raising my hands in... What are... Stop that.
She keeps putting her thumb in front of me and I keep grabbing it.
No, I'm raising my hands up in the what? Hey, no, you stop grabbing.
She keeps doing it.
Well, we're glad we could help. Can you honor our agreement and show us to the librarian? Oh.
Ah, I'm afraid I cannot do that. That exchange was also not made by my true self, you shit.
What? Wait a minute. So Bloodwind is saying that because he was a slightly smaller owl...
They made a deal with his...
Smaller owl self. Wait, so small owl Bloodwind says, I'm not the real librarian, but I'll show you to the one, or I'll show you to the real Bloodwind. And then they're like, okay, will you help us? Will they help us? And then now he goes, yeah, I am in fact Bloodwind. And you go, okay, yeah, you're a slightly larger version of your previous self. And you're Bloodwind. But we guessed you were Bloodwind from the very start. And now he goes, I don't need to honor our agreement because I wasn't really
Because
Bloodwind.
I'm a shit. So naturally I cannot be held to it.
What rubbish! Cut it with the word games and just let us pass. Yeah, let us by, old bird.
But the dance of language is the finest, is it not? Ah, you are insistent. But I cannot let you proceed, unfortunately. I am charged with protecting the librarian at this time.
A request from the headmistress, I gather?
What the librarian searches for may save this school. What I search for will keep my knees warm.
Fuzzy blankie.
And I'm not one to interrupt a scholar in her research. A preposterous thought.
But we have information that could help her.
We all have a role to play in this story.
And yours is to be locked
I,
out.
as guardian, shall play mine. Fight me. I don't know why I saved before these bosses.
It's habitual.
Yeah.
Just in case you lose, but...
I don't think I'm capable of that.
Okay. We tried this Ema's way. Now, we'll do it my way.
Your persistence is ill-advised. It is unfortunate that your story will end here. I've always wanted to know what children taste like. Ooh. Ooh.
He is large enough.
Yeah.
To just...
Could absolutely devour a rook.
Oh, the whole book teleportation thing. That's fun. Well, you know how they tend to swallow creatures whole, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Still a little bit traumatized from Poppy years ago.
Yeah, Poppy.
We read that in like 4th grade.
Yeah, it was something that was... it must have been... I wouldn't necessarily say required reading, but it must have been the popular children's novella.
Yeah.
I think I read it in maybe 3rd grade.
And like, it's legitimately...
Nothing like starting a book out with two lovers on a starlit night and...
one of them just getting munchoed.
Well, the sad part is Poppy was afraid and she's going, Rye, really? We shouldn't be out after dark like this because Mr. What was his name? Osterix or whatever his name was. He might be out. And Rye's like, nothing bad will happen, Poppy. I'm pretty sure that old owl won't be out here. Famous last words.
Yep.
You know, it's like the beginning of those horror films where the lovers are out in the forest or they're having fun sneaking into the haunted house. And are you sure we should be doing this? Nah, it's all ghost stories. There's nothing really haunting this place. And then, yep. Then someone dies.
Yep.
Fortunately, in Poppy's case, she survived.
And killed the owl later. But it's still just very much like, man, this is a kind of a dark story.
Yeah, and there was a sequel book called Poppy. I think it was Poppy
There were
and Rye.
several. I read all of them.
And I think, doesn't she end up with Rye's brother or something?
I think it was somebody completely different.
He may have been, I don't know if he was a blood brother or if he was an adoptive brother or what. I'll have to go back and...
It's been a long time. I don't know if they were related. So there was actually a sequel and a prequel to when she had met... Because there was also Ragweed. That was one of the other ones.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's see.
Wasn't there also the one about the evil beavers?
That's the sequel, I think.
Mm-hmm. And why were the beavers evil? Were they just tearing things down, or were they building a dam that would deprive them of water? Or...
Heck if I know.
I forget what it was.
Oh shoot, what was the...
Or maybe it was going to drown them. I think it was going to drown their home if they clogged up the river.
What was the origin book? It was the Rats of Nim or whatever it was?
Wait, what? No.
No, it was the origin of the genre to some degree. That one and...
Oh, you mean the Secrets of Nim?
Yeah. You can definitely tell, like, if something really kicks off in a big way, you will often see...
It is interesting how often mice are protagonists.
I think... because they're cute, they're vulnerable, and... it's easy to kill them off. Let's see.
But it's a different genre than, say, Ryan Jacques' Redwall, because they had weapons and a kind of medieval society going
Yeah,
on
that
there.
one was a little bit higher tech. This is not going as I expected. Let's skip to the part of the story where I defeat you.
Bloodwind uses required reading. Yeah, you don't want to set Ema on fire.
Ema will be fine.
Ouch.
Like I said, she'll be fine. And now we don't have those traps anymore. She's got Arrow Storm.
How did we get to talking about Poppy and... Oh, we were talking about owls eating things.
People alive.
Yeah. The pellet scene in Poppy was pretty horrifying.
Yeah, it was not a cool book to give to kids.
Because I suppose more spoilers, but she finds her boyfriend's bones.
Yep.
In one of the pellets and finds the earring, the human earring that he had been wearing. Ugh. And I always thought that pellets were a special form of owl poop. I didn't realize that owls actually vomit it.
Barf. Well, yeah, because digesting fur and bones is not exactly that easy.
Mm-hmm. But then it makes me wonder, how do eagles and falcons? I suppose they tear their meat apart.
Yeah, they pick at the...
They pick the flesh off. Whereas the owls swallow everything. Owls also have very peculiar skulls. Their ear cavities are in completely different directions. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
They're asymmetrical.
I mean, have you seen the image that's been floating around the internet recently of a featherless owl?
No.
They're freaky looking.
Oh, gravity.
Oh, you know what? Few units. What's these got left? Oh.
Aside from their association with the goddess Athena, I'm wondering how owls are always affiliated with wisdom.
They're very dignified looking birds.
They do have those forward-facing eyes and a face.
Mm-hmm. And they sit and they watch.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very quiet. Impressive. I suppose I'm out of my element. I am a god of books and stories, not battles after all.
I promise, we are here to help.
It appears your story continues beyond this door. So I shall be your guide once more. Follow. And it closes the door. But I made that promise in my big form. Screw you. Farewell. Just pieces out. It's like, you absolute turd bird.
I just can't piece this together. Something is missing. Miss Maravo? Ema! I haven't seen a soul in over a week. Are you alright? Oh, yes, of course. But I wasn't expecting so many visitors. I apologize, but I can't help you at the moment. I'm doing some very urgent research for Ildra. Let me guess. It concerns the sapling. How did you know that? We've been doing some research of our own. Can you tell us what you've learned? I'm trying to find a way to preserve it. Or else this whole place might blow! Blow? That's something different.
Yup.
Or something. I'm not actually sure. That's just the thing. I'm not sure we should be preserving it. Explain. And the raven gave you no more details. She couldn't remember. She's not the only one. Every account I've read about has the same occurrence. The author begins to forget what they're writing about. There's telling of the sapling begin to wander and fade. And I'm missing so many volumes. It's like half of them don't exist.
We might have something to help with that.
My sister made this prism before she was caught. It can probably help us find the missing volumes. Which would have been useful weeks ago if she hadn't kept it a secret. Purdy. How could she let this happen? Huh? You're not the only one she hurt, Purdy. Every time I feel like I've made any friends, everything just falls apart. They've all conveniently gone into different rooms?
No.
Oh. Oh, what just happened? It was a matter of time. There's a lot of bottled up emotions in this lot. Can we do anything about this? We need to work this out together, or else. It'll be all right. I'm going to have a quick chat with Purdy. Don't say it. You don't have to say it. I'm being unfair to the others. To Merit. Sorry. I don't want to be, I just... No, but... If you know all that, why'd you storm off? Oh, Ema. As soon as anyone even starts to be nice to me, my stomach just twists up and I push them away. It's like I want everyone to hate me. You like Merit, don't you? It's that obvious? How in Walla's blowhole can someone be so cool? There's no way that she's related to Saf. That reminds me of you and your parents. Heh, good point. To be honest, I'm pretty tired of wrangling you kids. I think you know what to do. The only thing left is to do it. You're right. Okay. I will. With everything that's happened with Safina, I'm probably the best one to talk to her anyway. I guess my work here is done. Thank you, Ema. I don't deserve you. Oh, undoubtedly. But you can still call us square if we save the world. Deal.
Hey.
Rek, I'm so sorry for avoiding you last year. You and Saf were my whole world. And it felt like it came crumbling down around me.
I was really hurt when Saf and I broke up. It felt too late once I noticed you drifted away. I'm sorry for keeping it secret from you.
I should have been there for you. You're always so supportive of me in everything I do. You deserve a friend who does the same in return.
It's weird. Right now, the world might literally be crumbling around us. And I feel like it's my fault.
Huh?
Oh, because if he had actually stayed with Safina...
He might have
and
been
looked through
able
the
to
books,
temper her.
Or at least catch wind of what she was planning.
And stop her.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I ditched Saf, leaving her to her own devices. But by then I had driven you away. You! Who saved me and Saf from mortal danger a dozen times? When things get bad, there's one person most likely to save us. And I went and alienated them.
You're being modest. You're the one who put pieces together every puzzle we encounter. Always one step ahead of everyone else. It never ceases to amaze me how clever you are.
Okay, maybe I was being slightly modest. The fact is, we work best as a team. And I want that team back together.
Me too.
The mystery-solving squad sure has grown, though, hasn't it?
Yeah. But Gilda, Merritt, Ema, everyone has such powerful new magic.
Wait, was Ema's power potentially the phantom magic? Or
No, she's got painting magic.
Z's got painting magic.
Oh, did I?
Mm-hmm.
Do they even need someone like me?
Nope. We need you as a target dummy. It's so
Wonder,
bad.
That's terrible.
But that's the only thing we use.
I do feel bad about having large parties and only ever being able to
It
implement some of
sucks.
them.
I hate it. Like, on one hand, like, you're supposed to kind of pick and choose, but I've fallen into my favorite 3, and then everybody else is completely meaningless, and it sucks.
It would almost be nice if... Have you ever seen those games where every character has a buffer specifically for them? So what you end up doing is you make a bunch of pairings, and they have special combo attacks.
Yeah, well, I did that in Fire Emblem. Remember? You could have the 2 characters that would pair up, and they would do, like, duo attacks often.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. Kind of have it be like the Jin system in Golden Sun, where you equip... in Fire Emblem, you give them X number of Jin, and their class would change.
Oh, you mean
depending.
Fire Emblem? Or Sun? No, Sun.
No, in Golden Sun.
Golden Sun. You said Fire Emblem again.
Sorry. In Golden Sun, you would give them X number of Jin, and their class would change. And so, specifically, if you paired off Merit and Rook, in that order, you would get more, like, debuffs, or Rook would just get more power, or something like that. And so whenever they'd attack, it would be the 2 of them doing combo moves. And that would also fit this, like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, this game is playing a lot of relationships here. So, it would fit that too.
Yeah,
Even
and I
if
think
the
they
story
give
would
some variety
throw that
to
back
the
on you.
moves and stuff. But yeah, any case.
Of course they do. We got a school to save. They need us more than ever. And I need you. Oh, right.
Oh.
I don't know if they're hugging.
Really? But I think they're hugging.
Smooches.
I think they're hugging.
Smooches. Gilda is forever alone.
I do feel bad for Gilda if that was the case. If there was just some romance between Merritt and Petronella, or not Petronella, sorry, Purdy.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, Gilda was left there without a care in the world in the room. You would have thought Gilda would have rushed after Merritt, going, "No, how dare you hurt her feelings!
I'll comfort you."
Yeah,
yeah, and it's
Gilda was left in the room all alone.
I have this problem in a number of games where there's kind of multiple pairings kind of going off, but there's like an amount of ambiguity. I just want to play games where the pairings are just like set in stone, or
hey, we probably know they just made up and became friends.
I know.
And stuff. We'll have to see.
Look, if you're gonna dangle the carrot of romance in front of me, I want the payoff to be midway through or early in the game and minimal ambiguity. And then after that, it's just nice couples. Because as a person that has been in a fairly lengthy committed relationship at this point, I don't get a whole lot of representation as a person in a long-term committed relationship in games. You always just kind of do the
problem is
the tease.
That's the thing. That's the whole point of relationships in fiction. It's usually showing you the start or the inkling or the culmination of them acknowledging that they're
after we're done playing this, I'm gonna go rewrite the first chapter of my NaNoWriMo thing. So it's just like immediate, like
you need
getting
a power
together.
Couple.
Yeah, just like immediately getting together and just being like, all right, first chapter is very much like clear romantic tension, and then second chapter is like immediate payoff, and then the rest of the story is just that.
10 years later.
No, not even 10 years. Not even 10 years later. It's just like, then the story just continues, but without all of the will they, won't they. Hey, I've got a crush on so-and-so. Oh, you secretly harbor feelings for so-and-so.
Do you know what the terrible thing is?
What?
Most fiction that's ever started with a wedding usually has one of them promptly getting offed, serving as the impetus for the other member of the couple to
it sucks.
Go out and like kill things.
There are so few power couples and so few married couples, and I think it's because lonely people drive sales more.
They want people to have the ships and the love triangles and the relationship tension.
But what if I want my ships to be sturdy as hell? Instead of shaky and Nisekoi or whatever that damn manga was.
What?
It was about a dude, and he had, as a child, promised to marry a girl.
Okay, and she still believed that was going to happen even into teenagehood.
7 girls firmly believed that it was her.
Wait,
like
no, that
7
it was them?
Different girls think it was it was them.
Wait. So was he one of those guys that promised every single girl that ever did anything?
He promised one specific one, but he barely remembers it because he was just a dumb kid.
But then how did the other girls have the memory of it?
Because I think they all had like a locket, or like they remembered it better than him, and it was just kind of this like 100-200 chapter manga
of him trying to figure out which one he had actually proposed to.
But it was very much like, will they, won't they, and he's in a fake relationship with one of them, but here's the childhood friend that loves him too, but she's really bland, and here's like 3 other girls, and like some of them are...
Oh no.
And it was just like...
Well, we already dislike Harem.
Yeah, I already hate Harem, but it was just the most painful experience, just being like, the girl that he gets into the fake relationship with, I'd say spoilers, but this has been out for a while, so I don't know, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But like the one he gets with in the beginning is the one he ends up with in the end, and it's just like, yep, you could have actually just had this story be much shorter and honestly more satisfying if that was just
really
the start of their relationship, and it's just them learning to actually like each other.
Because usually in those stories, they start off with the wrong one, and the whole story is them having this rigmarole.
But it wasn't he didn't start with the wrong one. It was a fake forced relationship, and they don't really like each other, and like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Okay, well, in any case, we don't know what ships are going on around here, but
I ship Rook and books.
What?
He's gonna write some neat novellas. In the future. Near future, even. Spicy novellas.
Well, in any case, I'm sorry for blowing up on you all. Ever since I got into Ikenfell, my whole life turned upside down. And the stuff with Safina has hurt a lot. You've all been a great help and kind friends to me.
This poor teacher is just like, could you have done this before you came in and talked to me? Don't worry, Merritt. It's been a ride for us all.
When you first got here, you were kind to me. Right from the start.
It's something I'm not used to.
I returned the favor for being mean and sniping at you about Saf. You deserve better than that. Thanks, Purdy. I know Safina is... She did hurt me. Terribly. But it's really painful for me to talk about. I promise I will explain. Just please give me some time. Of course.
I'll take part in this truce. Maybe we don't see eye to eye, Purdy. But it's obvious you care about Ikenfell a lot. And we need your help if we're gonna save it.
And... No!
No more secrets.
No more secrets?
Sorry.
No more secrets. You're my best friend in the whole world, Nell. Together we can get through anything. And no secret is ever worth giving that up for.
Oh, yes! The gang's back together. Now, let's get back to the real fight.
I got a new ship, Gilda and Combat.
Excellent. So, there's just one book we're missing.
If my readings are correct, there's a secret room here somewhere.
My bet is the bookcase in the back opens up. Who wants to bet against that?
Let's see if we can find it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
Guess we'll go back for it. It's not like it's even a very long run. It's just, why would you make me go all the way around? It's the most time-wasting nothing.
You remember the path to that?
Yeah.
You got the nimble brim.
When I talk about having a good sense of direction,
Yeah, you have an excellent sense of direction.
I'm not exaggerating. Let's see.
Well, there's the center of the room. Oh well.
You found it.
Oh yeah, we never went here, did we?
Oh, there's something shiny between those two pillars.
It was a something. I was mashing A too fast. I think that was it. I don't really think there was anything else in here. It's a bit of a shame you can't just randomly read these books. Normally I'm kind of disinterested in more books, but this game actually...
Remember when we started Elder Scrolls? Oh, Chapter 7.
Blood magic.
Yeah, when we started playing ESO, and the first, like, plot quest was go into a library and you're like...
Oh, I found so many books!
And you sat there reading them for half an hour to the point where I just, like... I couldn't justify putting the footage out. Because editing it was just us arguing afterwards.
I think this is what we're looking for.
Is that just Gilda dancing over there?
Whoever's reading this, welcome to the Winter Age. Your summer's ending,
Every 1,000 years or so, the season will change. Not a season as we usually know it, but a season of magic.
Ooh.
When the new season arrives, a new wave of magic comes with it. The old magic fades, and with it all memories and knowledge of it disappear.
Oh, wait. So they're saying that magic itself is on a cycle
Yep.
and changes?
Yep, every 1,000 years.
Old books, writings, and enchantments created by it become invisible, even in plain sight. This is the nature of the two seasons, and only during this transition are we aware of it.
Oh, but there's only 2 seasons?
Summertide is the season of growth, language, and fertility. Your season. Winter age is our season, a time of strength, survival, and dominion of the elements. We write this knowing we will soon forget it, in hopes you will not make our mistakes. The sapling is not immortal as we once thought, but it will die and be reborn again. This is the power that signals the change of a season, and one that must be allowed. We tried to prevent it, capturing the sapling and preserving its life force. The consequences were dire. The new magic built up inside until it could no longer be contained. It broke free all at once, and much of Ikenfell was once destroyed. We were lucky more lives were not lost. We will rebuild our school and protect these pages in hopes that our descendants are wiser than us. Let the sapling pass peacefully, and let the season change. Winter age is a harsh season, cold and ruthless, but you have new magic, and you will survive. May Walla grant you strength, and the ravens watch over you. Good luck.
This is a lot to take in.
It appears we have a long winter ahead of us.
Phew! What? I was worried that once we stopped all this, I'd lose my powers. We all have new powers, and it seems they're here to stay. I don't mean to bring down the mood, but the sapling. The headmistress still has it frozen in spell. She's doing the same thing that the authors of these texts did. If she doesn't break it free, then we could suffer the same fate.
She's trying to suppress all the forces of nature.
It would destroy everything.
But we still can't get to it. How can we use to stop Ildra? She's too powerful.
Any ideas, Purdy? You look like you had a thought.
Huh? No, it's nothing. It pains me to say this, but we have to stop Ildra. She doesn't know what she's doing. She believes she's protecting us. Does she have weaknesses? Some way that we can break her spells? Everyone has a weakness, but hers is unknown to me.
Mine is being punched in the nose.
Why are you saying that?
She's like one of the only characters I can remember having a visible nose sprite. But maybe I'm just not paying enough attention.
Unless
or
it's
totally
just a
forgotten.
shadow on the top?
Well, yeah. It's just like, what would your weakness be? Dog barks. Yep, got it in one.
Well, there are tons of weaknesses, I suppose. I suppose for me, it would be noise. Just terrible, discordant.
Yeah, so you'd be weak to sound magic. I'd be weak to fire magic.
Everyone would be weak to fire magic.
Yeah, but me especially.
Come on. No. For you, it would have to be just heat.
Well, yeah, but there you go. Like, it would just make me so uncomfortable, I'd lose my focus. Did you already read this?
Oh, no, I haven't yet.
But there's one person who will know. Huh? Oh, Professor Everley.
Who? You keep introducing new professors.
Ikenfell's head gardener.
Hey, but I thought that was Sigbert. Or no, this is someone else.
No, he's the groundskeeper.
Yeah.
She's Ildra's oldest and dearest friend. If anyone knows Ildra's secrets, it will be her.
Then what are we waiting for? How do we get to the gardens?
My main entrance is the Twilight Yard.
Let's go.
Please take care. I'll keep studying this to see if I can find anything else helpful.
I guess now that I think about it, a number of them actually do have visible noses. Right, this is the jerk chamber. And I have to meaninglessly go around.